So I came out of my room to the cutest little surprise. My housemate Delaney. Hot, funny, thoughtful genius. Also, a little croissant. The birthday FaceTimes. Hello. How's all at home? Yeah. No, like they're like questioning you about it. I was like, oh. I'm heading to go and do a bit of work. I actually have an interview today. This interview is haunting me. I was meant to have it 3 times. It's been rescheduled 3 times. So for the past week and a half, I've just been like on the edge of my seat, ready to interview. And then it keeps getting moved. So I'm gonna go get myself a little birthday coffee in one of my new favorite cafes. It's called Pammy's. Dinner tonight with the girls. And yeah, it's Monday. So this will probably be the start of another vlog for this week. I don't have any really other plans for the rest of the week. I'm gonna try and do a bit more. Like I literally haven't left PB at all. And I went to 30th in downtown on Saturday and I was like, oh my God, there's so much I haven't seen. Although I did go to Balboa Park last week. I didn't vlog it because I was with a man and I didn't want to be like, sorry, can I just get my phone out to vlog this? But I will definitely go back and show what it's like again. It was really, really cute. So yeah, exciting. Coming through with the Irish goods. And then this beautiful little necklace. Love a dainty necklace. Okay, so little update. Interview went well, but the job rec has been filled internally. So the company I'm interviewing for basically made a load of layoffs this week, and the role that they had posted has now been filled with people that they needed to migrate from other teams, so they didn't fire them. So I was just like, okay, taking one for the team. But she gave me good feedback and she's like, look, I would love to put you on like our bench for when more recs open up in the next couple of weeks or months. But obviously I know you're unemployed, so I need to find work. So I'm like, oh, I think what I'm gonna do is just take like a waitressing job or like a server job in the meantime. It's like, I feel like I'd make good tips as a young Irish Colleen on the boardwalk in San Diego. Not the boardwalk. The restaurant is on the boardwalk. Having a cup of tea, and my housemate Delaney is the cutest thing ever. She got me loads of like Irish treats. I had been saying I needed a salt lamp because I left mine in Ireland. These are the best things ever. They give off like the nicest ambiance. And then if you don't know, you don't know. Oh my God, I've left it in the kitchen. She got a Ballymaloo jar relish. And I'm just like, I stan Ballymaloo. It's honestly like hook it to my veins. It's the nicest thing ever. Ordered it online. What a G. Then I'm gonna have a cup of tea, Barry's tea, and some real Irish chocolate. I don't know whether I'm gonna go for the flake, but we're going for sushi in like 2 hours. So I'm just gonna take it handy until then. But this is great because it means that I can just go back to making my YouTubes all week. But it's fine. I'll get work soon. I'm not under any pressure. But yeah, that's pretty much the update. So big. I know. How did they get that big? He's putting his paw out, but he's not doing it. Good morning. I spoke about this book, The Mountain Is You, by Brianna Wiest. In the book, they're talking about self-sabotage, and she is speaking about identifying your subconscious commitments. And she says part of the reason we experience intense inner conflict or self-sabotage is because something called a core commitment, which is essentially your primary objective or intention of your life. And then she speaks a bit about this on page 54 if you get or have the book. Understanding that your core commitments are actually a cover-up for your core needs. And I was like, what are my core commitments? Like, I actually don't know. Like, what are mine? What are the lessons that I should be learning from them? I've just realized that I have a core commitment subconsciously of always wanting to be better, whether that like be smarter or like be achieving something else. Like I know hyperachievement is like one of my internal saboteurs. If you've done the positive intelligence test that I speak about, and it tells you what your saboteurs are, there are things that can be good and they can drive you, especially if they're things that are like externally validated. Like if you're someone that's really ambitious and achieving lots of things, like I'm always doing some new course, like it's great because they're accolades that are looked well upon. But for me, how that leaves me feeling is in a constant, like sometimes a constant state of lack, because yeah, it's good that I put myself in these situations where I'm out of my comfort zone, but then I constantly feel like I'm learning and then I'm not there, like I'm not at the level of like intelligence or achievement that I want to be, because I'm putting myself into new zones where I don't feel that way. Because that's exhausting too, because like you're never there, like you never arrive, then you're always needing to do more and needing to be better. And when I achieve those things and I get there, it's the classic, like I don't take time to stop and take stock and like recognize the efforts that I put in to get there and to kind of bask in the glow of like arriving. I'm just like, okay, right, what's next? Like, what can I do now? Like, I want to be a coach, I want to be in service, I want to make content that like helps people or like helps people's mindset, or mostly like to help me 5 years ago when like I didn't know any of this stuff. Whereas if I look backwards and compare myself to me a couple of years ago, I am so much further. She says, the less you feed your core need, the louder your core commitment symptoms would be. So my example, if I'm a person that needs to be better or be doing more and staying committed to that, the less I believe that is happening, the more my negative coping patterns are going to flare up. And for me, that is in the case of disruptive eating patterns or, you know, negative body image and things like that. But the need that I should be feeling is, what I'm now realizing is knowing that I'm enough, just like as I am. And I always kind of cringe a bit when I hear that anyways, like, you know, affirmations, it's like, you are enough, you are worthy. Those make me cringe so bad. I literally have like a visceral reaction to even me saying that out loud. Like I just think it's a bit like wishy-washy, or like, I think reflecting on that now, I think the realize I get so cringed out about it is because I so don't accept that. I don't feel that about myself, which is weird because some days I wake up and I'm like, she a baddie, she a 10. And I feel like confident and I exude that, but there's always like an underlying, or like at my core, like I don't actually feel that way. And I think that stems back from like a lot of different things, like our experiences in early adolescence and in childhood massively shape who we are. And I often talk about having cancer and how that impacted my self-image and my body image as like a woman and someone that was attractive, and obviously the side effects that I had from cancer in terms of like being on steroids for 9 months, and then at the age of 12 meant that my body ballooned. So like I've always had stretch marks, but I always attributed those to when I was overweight and like kicking myself about that, whereas like it actually was really out of my control, and those marks are a representation of like what I went through and like my strength and growth, which is how I try to view them. What I actually think impacted me more in terms of my need to be better or to be someone that people want to be around is probably because when I was in like school, I went through a period of like bullying, and it was never like overt bullying, like it was never physical, but it was more like emotional bullying, like not being accepted into the group, just like little things like that over time as an adolescent like chip away at your self-image, and you're like, oh my god, like what can I be doing to be accepted in the tribe or in the group? So that's really interesting. This idea or notion is your core commitment and your core need, and how they might be in conflict with each other, or how I'm not maybe looking at my need to be feeling worthy or serving that part of myself. But it's funny because at one point last year I was like, I want to start a podcast, I want to have like a fully booked coaching business, I want to make content all the time, I want to go traveling, I want to be like a keynote speaker, like I want to do all of these things and share my story, but share it in a lens that like I want to be known for behavioral change and nervous system regulation and all of this. And then I had been listening to a podcast, and the woman in the podcast, it was Busy Blooming, Tess Barkley. She's more of like a content strategist. Asking yourself how you, not visualizing what your ideal day is, but asking yourself how you want to feel in your ideal day will give you a very different day than what your ideal day looks like. Because my ideal day used to be, if I wanted to do all of those things I just mentioned, my ideal day would be busy as fuck. Like I'd be busy all the time. And if you know me, like I'm a lady of leisure. Like I love to get up in the morning, have a slow coffee, sit down, journal, read my 5 pages, walk to the gym, come home, shower, get ready, and then start my day. And by the time I do all of that, like it could be 11 o'clock. And if I'm running all of these like side businesses and doing all of these things, like that's not feasible. So I think reflecting on that and asking myself, like, how do I want to feel in my day? Like I love just taking it easy, and I'm like, that's not very conducive to like doing all of those things. So I had to really reassess and be like, okay, do I really want to do all of these things, or do I just want to be seen to be doing all of these things? I would like to do them, but I definitely had a moment of realization that like I was only doing that because I wanted to be known for that. And I still do feel like I have a purpose in sharing my message and supporting women and really support people reconnect with their bodies. And I'm hoping to do that through this breathwork course. Breathwork is the most powerful way that I have learned to reconnect with my body and release suppressed emotions and just like be present, and learning to come back to the now through the breath has been hands down like the best thing that I have ever done. So I want to share that with other people. But I do think like the disordered eating side of things I'm obviously really passionate about as well. And whether I am in service by just speaking about my story and like making people aware of the things that they can do, usually just like have these thoughts and like sit down and I just start yapping, but I'm like, maybe I should structure them in a better way because I don't know if any of that made sense. There might have been something of value in here today for somebody. So I would ask yourself, what are your core commitments and what are your core needs? Core commitments are what you're unconsciously doing and being driven towards, and your core need is what you really need to be filling up. How cute is my new apartment? Every time I tie up my hair, I'm like, great, I'm balding again. My life goal is to be able to do a pull-up, and it's pull day at the gym today. But it's just so humbling. Like I don't want to go into that fucking gym and be like trying to do a half a pull-up with like 17 resistance bands and still not being able to do it. It's the most humbling thing ever, but I know if I don't do that, I'm never going to be able to do an actual pull-up. Trying to get your fucking leg up into those resistance bands, because I have so many and they're so tight because I can't support my body weight. Like the resistance bands are like at my eye level. So I'm like trying to get my like leg up into the thing and pull them down, and it's just not, it's not cute. I fucking love Amazon Prime. Or I ordered this last night at like 11 and it's at my door this morning at like 7 a.m. But I got a cocktail shaker because the gals are coming over. We're having a one day late Galentine's and I needed to get a little what are they called? Tumbler? No, just like a shaker. But I actually think I'm gonna have to do like a picture of Marg because I think there's going to be 7 of us and I'm not arsed. Like by the time you drink one, I'm just going to be making margaritas for the entire like free drinks. So I might just make a little picture and then I can just use this for show, and I just like pour a little bit in with ice and then just like pour the mix. But yeah, it was only like $9, the whole thing. A little stir. I got a job. Didn't tell you. I am starting next week. It's as a server in a bougie steakhouse because my corporate job that I was interviewing for got filled internally. So that was great. I need to make cash money now. So I just went into the steakhouse and I was like, hi, you hiring? And they were like, yeah. So I'm trialing next week, the Holy Grail. Have you seen that meme? And it's like when you're trying to trauma dump on someone and the other person is just like licking the side of their rim because it has tahini on it. This stuff is so good. So I'm gonna do like a little tahini rim, salty margs, spicy margs, and it's gonna be Gordina. World's neediest cat. Hold it up. I've just walked past Rebecca's house and she's holding this sword. I didn't know it was her and I was like, what is going on? She's using it to, what are you doing with it?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.